Today, we're building the Zoom75 TIGA. So the inspiration for this board and the name is actually from Ultraman. Oh wait, I don't have my face, my fancy cam. Oh no, Interloper. Interloper's gonna have to frickin' AI my PNG tuber in. Okay. Okay, start over. Start over. So, today we're building the Zoom75 TIGA. Right? This is based off of Ultraman. So there's an Ultraman series. It's not like Tiga for like tiger. It's the name, Ultraman Tiga. This is Mellatrix's upcoming 75%. So there was a previous Zoom 75, but this one is a different variant of it. Different design and everything, but it's a really cool looking keyboard. But yeah, the name is basically inspired from Ultraman, which is the first Ultraman of the era of the I'm going to butcher this. But basically it's there was a new era of Ultraman and this was the first season of it, right? So yeah. I guess we'll have to see like what the main differences are, but let's just open it and see. I have like a whole list of things to talk about, but let's just slowly go down that list as we get there. So, how do I open this? Am I just supposed to... Eh? Oh, okay. 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 Got the sleeve. Okay. What else? Oh, it's magnetic. Boop. Oh, wow. It's like a jewelry box, because look, when you open it... Oh my god, oops. You have drawers, right? So let's see. Okay, so first compartment, you have all the extra, or all the pieces you need. So it looks like it is going to be modular again. You have the magnetic badge, you have the rear badge, all the screws. This looks like all the foams. Comes with stabilizers, tools. What the? So these are going to be all the mounting points. This board has 4 mounting points, for those who are wondering. Or 4 mounting types, I should say. 4 mounting types. So, looks like here we have the pour-on dampener. Here we have more pour-on dampeners. And more pour-on dampeners. What the? There ain't no way they gave me 3 things for pour-on dampeners. Okay, maybe they did. Okay, no, they're slightly different material. So, okay, so this one is like the full size. So these two look to be the same. Oh, Conan, thank you for the 8 months. Welcome. And this one is the Cork. So you can see Cork here. I've never used a Cork thing before, so that'll be interesting. So the plate, we have PC, lots of flex cuts. And then we have the upper 4, also flex cuts. And this is palm. Hello, how are you doing tonight, Conan? Hello. Okay. Next we have this one, which is the keyboard. So here we have the PCB, and then here is the board itself. So the colorway we have is the milk tea colorway. So they've done this thing with the TIGA where you pick one color and the boards actually have different accent colors. I know, I tried to pick the green because I wanted to use my Caro keycap sets. This was my third choice. I wanted my Caro, or I wanted the purple, and milk tea was my third. And they gave me milk tea. Okay. Yeah. That freaking beiged. There is a god. Okay. About to freaking. Oh, not do that. Because the accent for milk tea is pink. So yeah, this is something interesting they've done with the color schemes. So you know, with like Zoom boards, you could do like, you pick the top color, you pick the bottom color, you pick like the different weight colors and stuff. But here what they've done is everything is pretty much set, right? So for example, this is just the milk tea colorway, but as you can see, it's gonna have beige top, pink bottom. Whereas like, for example, aquamarine is like a turquoise aquamarine top and then a cream bottom, right? So they've pretty much eliminated the whole like different, you can do different tops, different bottoms. They've made it all just one thing. It's probably a lot easier for them, but in the event it does stink for some buyers, because say you like the milk tea but you don't like the pink bottom. I don't know if they're going to be selling extra parts, but this is how it comes as is, right? So that is something to keep in mind. They might have extra bottom pieces for sale. I'd have to basically confirm if you could buy it separately, but from what it seems like is that all the colors are set, right? But yeah, so this one is the, yeah, there's a lot of colors. There's 12 colors. So they have, let me go down this list. They have 15 colorways. So for acoustic, they have forest green, grape purple, cafe brown, milk tea, aquamarine, sky blue, mocha green, strawberry ice cream, black, scarlet, red, and white. For glitter, they have, so milk tea, aquamarine, black, and white have glitter. Anodized, you have lavender, anodized black, gunmetal gray, and then electro freezes, you have E-white. Yeah. Alright, have fun. Have fun! But yeah, let's just get the case itself. So, this is the board. Pretty interesting. Just looking at it off the bat, right? So, 75%, you do have this LCD screen in the top right hand corner, but this one is a module, so you can change it out. I heard that this has been like, this is like an updated module and screen, so I'm excited to see how this is. It is a 75%. The F-row is separated, right? You do have an arrow blocker, and they have opted to block off one of the keys, because normally you would have 4 keys right here. So instead of 4, you would have the 3. And then instead here you have this like, what is it? It reminds me of a rolling pin, or like, you know, like the curlers that like they used to use in the day, right? So yeah. So this does look like some kind of rotary encoder of sorts. But the case does have a nice cherry lip, if you can see right here. In terms of the bezels, the top and bottom are going to be thicker, the sides are going to be slightly thinner, right? Did I put 76? I did. Mods! No, it's a 75. I don't have a keyboard! Insty! Insty, help me! Insty's like, bitch, you're on your own. Can you change my title to 75? I put 76. Oh no, it didn't work. Oh no, help! Oh, status. Okay, we did it. Okay. We did it. Okay, but yeah. So, that is the top piece. So here's the side. Whoa! So check it out. So the side's gonna be a little different because it has the encoder right here, right? You see the 2 screws. And then here you can see the top piece, and then you have to see a little bit of the accent bottom piece, right? It doesn't quite go all the way down, like up here, but it does encompass the entirety of the bottom case down here, right? Here you can see the cherry lip, and then yeah, you can see the screws for this. I wonder if that means you can like swap this accent piece out, right? But there is something interesting going on. You got a whoop right here, right? You got this like swoop and whoop right there. And then here's the back. So the back is the cool part, right? So here you can see these crossbars. You can see the weight is held behind these bars. This weight's literally like, let me in! But yeah, you do have these like, this fence looking thing, right? Fence? Yeah, so you can see it's held by 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the weight itself, you can see the screws 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's interesting. So they opted to have the weight screws on the outside rather than on the inside. So basically what that means, at least what that means to me, is that if you want to swap this out, it's really easy. You don't actually have to take the whole case apart. You can just do it. You can just unscrew it without having to take the board apart, right? Yeah, so it's you know what, potato? I actually did not know. That is a very good question. But I did read something about this that, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. It was something really cool. Why is this like so zoomed in? I saw something about how you can actually 3D print this to whatever you like. So for like different designs. Let's see. So one of the selling points for this one is that it has a knob, a screen, and different areas that you can 3D print stuff, right? And I'm trying to figure out where those zones for you guys are to 3D print. Dual wing can be swapped out with different designs that you can 3D print yourself. Okay, so basically they're saying this part is just called the unique soul grill. So I guess one way to look at it is that this is the soul grill keeping the weight inside, I guess. There's probably some kind of Ultraman reference I'm not understanding. But the biggest thing to point out here is that the screws are all on the outside, so you don't have to take it apart to swap it out in case you need to. I think you can actually just take this off too if you don't like this part, right? But here you can see the 4 feet, they are adhesive, right? So 3, 4. I kind of wish that they had given us different feet colors. I don't know if that's an option, but I do feel like the black feet with like the pink and the white kind of throws it off a little bit, but that's just like me being nitpicky. Yeah, that's the back. And then here is the USB port side. So here you can see this has like the wing shape right here, right? Yeah, there are some magnets right here. Need to figure out what that's for. But here you can see this accent wing right here. Centered USB port. We have this thing going on. Yeah. It doesn't have a public Notion page, but I'm currently looking at the things that they sent for creators to talk about. Yeah, so we think the customizable dual wing design, so this is the 3D printing stuff, right? Yeah. And so here you can see top case, wing part, bottom case. Yeah. And then here is the front lip. Notice how this fans out. So, they did mention that they decided to opt out and change the classic C corner of keyboards, right, into this nice R. So what that means is like you can see like it has like the R, like the tail, right? Instead of just like this. Does that make sense? So this would be the classic C, right? But what they've done, so they're calling this a softer R corner. So imagine you have like the letter R right here. They were, yes. Well, they're not the first to implement it, but yes, they did have that. Yeah, so this is what they call a softer R corner instead of like the C corner. So C versus like the R, which is interesting. So the angle from the board doesn't come from the bottom piece, it actually comes from the top piece. You can see it slants up, right? Yeah. This does use the ball catch, as most of these do these days. Okay. So here is the top piece. Here's the back. So this does use a ribbon cable right here for the screen, but it's not anything you have to plug in. This is just, I probably would never touch that if I were you guys. But the screen does use the pogo pin connector, right? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So don't be misled by this ribbon. I don't think, oh god, I gotta use ribbon, right? So you do have these pogo pins on the side right there. This module is held down by, looks like 2 screws, so 1, 2. This corner piece, I don't know if you guys noticed, but it is bigger than the standard, just like 1U corner. It is bigger. So there's that. Here, the rotary also uses pogo. So it looks like the rotor itself uses the pogo, and then this part for these screws, I guess is just the accent right here. So I'm guessing this is like another piece potentially you might be able to 3D print, but that's just me guessing. What else? Here you can see the ball catch. So 4, 2 on top, 2 on the bottom. Yeah, this top piece is pretty light. Most of the heft will come from this bottom piece. So you can see this bottom piece is the pink. You do have this cover right here that we can take apart. And then they have inserted these like silicone pads. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 3 on top, 3 on the bottom. This one is actually smaller, but it's been cut off due to, you know, the USB connector here. Right, so these have been pre-installed for me already. Not sure if they're going to be pre-installed for you guys, but that is something to note. So this is their version of like a force brake, and also to help secure the ball catch in the event that there's no loosey-goosey case. Here you can see the different mounting points. So there's 4 different types of mounts, so we're gonna have to like go through all of them, but you can see that, like, here is a cubby with 2 screws. Here's a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, right? So it looks like 8. And then what else should we point out? There are two little cubbies right here. Not quite sure what for, but I will point out that this does look a bit sketchy right here. So this I'm guessing might be for, yeah, the scroll wheel. I don't know what this is for quite yet. Oh, this is for the, I'm guessing maybe the pogo pin? Yeah. But that is something I don't really like. I will say that, because look. If you look at it, that looks kind of sketchy, right? That's like very thin, wavy right there. This one's fine, but this one looks a little bit too close to the edge. So that is something I'll probably have to point out for them. But yeah. Here you can see this part. This is the wing. It's held on by 2 screws. So I'm guessing this is something you can 3D print and design yourself if you like. So you can see it flares out. But I bet if you wanted to do like a different design, like flare out like a cat ears or something, you could. But yeah, the 2 screws are right there. This part is a little concerning. I'll point it out later, but yeah. Let us take this apart. Do you guys know any other content creators who have built this board so far? I wonder if theirs have the same thing. I mean, I guess functionally it shouldn't really affect anything. Hopefully, but it like does look a bit sketch. Hi, potato. Did Diego's have this weird thing? You know. Okay, so let's take this off. Maybe apiary? Okay, so this cover does have 5 screws. Whoa, check out these big mama batteries. So this is where the batteries are hidden. Oop. Let me lift them up. Okay, they've been taped down. I'm actually not going to bother that. But yeah, the batteries have been covered up by this piece. Oh, neat. Yeah, so I think the starting price for this board, they have said it's gonna be somewhere around $200 is what I read. Yeah. So for this one, they have it listed for $195, but if you were to get like, for example, the anodized lavender, that one would be $210. I think the keyboard built one yet? YouTuber? Yeah, the lavender is cute. Okay, so that is the case. Well, actually, that's not the case. That's not all. I'm gonna take these off. Now this uses star. Oh, so this is actually a very subtle detail I didn't notice before, but um this part, it like actually sinks in. So, oh, this is like a license plate. Yeah. License plate. It almost seems like you'd be able to 3D print these things yourself too. Oh, very thin. You can see all these pieces are very thin, right? But yeah, check out this. So here you can see what I was talking about, how this actually goes inside, sinks inside. Yeah. Yeah, you probably could. Yeah, I saw Diego was building it, but he doesn't have a build VOD. So you're saying Diego took it down? Hmm. I just checked all the build videos Mellatrix listed for this, and none of them have the wavy edge. They do seem to have a river insert, so at least you wouldn't see it, I guess. I see. Okay. Oh, he does manual publishing? Oh. mine are just auto-publish. Oh, okay. So this actually uses... Yeah. Oh, boyo. Oh, really? Oh, do you have the link? Oh, he uploaded it. I see. So these screws are slightly different. Whenever you guys are taking it off, it's a little misleading. It might look like it's all the same, but this one, the cone head, I don't know if you guys can see it, the funnel looking thing, is this one. And then this one, as you can see, the flat, is for the outer fronts. Oh yeah, I have separate audio tracks. But I don't do that because of copyright. I mainly do that because of it makes interloper's life a lot easier. You guys know Bachu? He used to edit for me, and he he was actually the one who was like, please, please split your audio for my sake. I'm like, okay. And I've just kept it that way since. But Sometimes it's hard for people who like go back and watch my VODs because there's no audio, no music. So you guys are alone with your thoughts. I mean, it's nice because you could just play like your own music, but you know. Yeah. It is a silent movie. Okay. Okay. I'm posting on socials. Before I forget. Boom. Yeah. Social media. Boom. That's too complicated. Before I left today, I had like so much energy. And then just doing the social event just like drained me. I'm glad I went, but you know, your girl is tired. And this is a long build, so buckle up, buckaroos. What did I just call you? I don't even remember. I'm that tired. Yes. Okay. The social of medias have been posted. Or the media for the socials have been posted. There's a question I wanted to ask you guys. It was so outrageous I saw on TikTok, but it has seemed to have slipped my mind. So when I remember, I will ask you guys. But I remember it was one of those questions where I was like, whoa, I need to ask stream that. Stop! I haven't even asked it yet. I don't even remember. Alright, but yeah, let's look at PCB. Wash your legs, team. Nope. Pickles and soda. No. Chimp or the chicken? No. like a centipede looking PCB with all the feet. Okay. PCB. So no flex cuts on the PCB. Does have per key, RGB, per key LEDs. In terms of layout, you can do split backspace, has ISO support, step to regular caps. You can split the left shift. And then you can do your choice of bottom row. Here you can see the little tabs for everything that you'll need. So this is for the, okay, yeah, so these cubbies were for the pogo pins. Good to know. But basically, this uses a ribbon magnet connector, so it does still use the ribbon. It's not like, for example, QK boards where it's like just on the board like this. It is attached via ribbon cable, but you don't have to worry about pulling it off whenever you're like disassembling the case necessarily. And then here you can see these are the connectors for the screen, the knob, right? And then here, these pads are for the long pogo pins. So that's what these gaps are for, as you can see. But like Interloper mentioned, there is probably some ribbon things or rubber things. Yeah, so this. Okay, so this piece right here, this makes it so you can grab onto it and pop it off. This gives you the leverage you need. But, so I'm assuming it would just fit like this. Nice. That looks a lot better, but without these, it did look a little bit sketchy. So you put this in, and then this PCB would then, something like this, right? Something along these lines. And then you would just make sure to press it. Make sure it's like flush on this, right? Okay. So in terms of reset, no physical reset button, but these are all still using ribbon cables. So they've incorporated this half ribbon, half pogo pin, right? Thing. Should have just done double pogo pins, have it PCB. They could have, but as you can see, these are all connected via ribbon. Same with this one. But split space for supports means extra stab content, right? Yeah, so that is something I didn't point out, but you can pick your choice of bottom row, and it does offer split to space a bar. I was going to mention something. So apparently they're working on a Zoom pad, TIGA edition, or TIGA edition. And then there'll also be a wrist rest. Okay, cool. It kind of defeats the whole idea of pogo pins if you have to align them with the ribbon cable. Yeah, I think they've eliminated one problem, which is like if you were to, you know, remove this, it does nothing like technically rips. But yeah. Would have preferred if they were able to remove the ribbon cables entirely. Boop. But it is what it is. Also, the mounting points. There are mounting points on the PCB, so perhaps that means that we can do platelets, but we shall see. you can just take this off easily. It's not the worst ribbon cable in the world that you have to like take it on and off unless you're changing the module. So they did eliminate that issue, but yeah, it would be better to just eliminate it completely. Okay, so let's look at the plates. So here, PC, FR4, Alu, Palm. I think, well, I would love to do all the plates. There are 4 mounting, and there's also different foam types. So I think we should just pick one plate, do the 4 mountings, and then do the foam. So there will be a total of 5 sound tests. Which plate would you guys like? Ever for... Oh, this is actually PP. Sorry, this is PP. Okay, do you want to do PP? I thought it was palm. It's actually listed as PP. So FR4, Alu, PC, and PP. Right. Let us do PP? Wait, what did Diego do? Did Diego go PP? Does anyone remember? Let me just stop yawning. I woke up at 9 a.m. today. Just been working. You went Alu? Okay, perfect. Pei it is. Well, yeah, well, the only reason I'm hesitant to do PP is because there's a lot of flex cuts on this plate. And as a softer plate, it is like a little scary. Okay, so looking at the plate, so you already have a cutout, so you don't have to worry about the knob. You do have flex cuts that you can see throughout. And then you can see the same mounting points or you can see the mounting points, right? We saw these on the case. And it looks like this does have a protective, or it has like the cover on it still, so I'm gonna remove that real quick. So many cuts. Yeah. This might be a just use the foam angle. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. I kind of wish they didn't... Oh wait, there's nothing here. It's only on the top. Okay. But yeah, there's that. Looks like maybe these are standoffs. We'll see. Alright, so let's look at these kits we have here. So the first thing is, yeah, one unique thing about this board is that it does have a corkscrew pad. right? Very interesting. I've never built with a corkscrew before. Have I? I remember Shrew doing something weird. I think they used velvet. They did a velvet foam, right? But check this out. So that's the plate foam. This is the PE foam. Yeah. So we are gonna take that one out. Boop. This one looks like we have are these two the same? Okay. Yeah, I'm looking up the different types right now just to make sure. So where is it? There's like a lot of info that I am sifting through right now. The only thing that is a little scary about corkscrew is, say it's not aligned and then you put in the switch and then a piece of it breaks off, right? I think that's the only concern of mine, but some would argue, you know, just don't miss. Okay, so looks like the 3 foam kits. You have the standard classic foam, you have the soft, which is the pour-on foam, and then you have the crisp, which is the cork. So 3 different types of foams, right? Yeah. We're going to use the cork. Cork of foam. Yeah, exactly. That's like that would be a concern of mine as well. So, yeah. Okay. Let us do stabilizers. Actually, for the sake of time, I'm gonna see if I have stabilizers ready. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm just trying to save some time. Don't riot. Your girl is sleepy. What's up, Gordon? Oh, I do. Is 1.6. Oh. But bug. Okay, you guys. I'm going to do a cursed build. I'm going to split the left shift. Okay, wait. Wait. Who are my biggest instigators in chat? No, I'm just trying not to do another stab for the sake of time. Hold on. I know I saw the extra stab somewhere. I just need to find it. Look, for the sake of time, I'm just trying to do as little stabs as I can. Because we got a lot of sound tests we have to go through, okay? Please don't be mad at me. Unforgiven. Oh my god. Okay, I have to do one stab, okay. So, I don't want to. Okay, so how do I see this? Essentially, Jared, I know what you're talking about because I feel like Bellatrix tries a lot of new things, and it doesn't always work, right? So, for example, like the Freya, definitely very innovative, but at the same time, there was so much going on that a lot of the elements, the strong elements of the board, was like overshadowed, right? And I had almost switched, you know, for like such a premium board or premium pricing board. They had just, you know, try to make it really good instead of like trying like all these new things at once, which I can applaud them for because it's one of those things where like you know, they have to try. Especially in this market, right? Oh, Extra Prius. Thank you for the raid. Hello. How's your stream? Hello. Hi. Hope you had a good stream. Oh! The remake, right? Okay, have a good lurk, Meepergon. Nice. What do you think of Cloud? Is he dreamy? Or is he dreamy? Yeah. They're all so pretty, right? Thanks for the raid. Today we're building the Zoom75 TIGA. I built the Neo 75 yesterday. Today we're building Zoom 75. Oh my gosh. Great game. It was actually someone asked me what tactics game today, and I was like, I only know Final Fantasy Tactics. I love all the old school Final Fantasy games. I haven't played a lot of the new ones. Mainly because like I didn't have a console. I know they did like the port to PCs and whatnot, but yeah. I need them to remake Final Fantasy Tactics. But I do like that old art style they did for that game. I hope you enjoy it though. It's a really fun game. Oh really? I actually like the old school turn-based. I don't like the like you run and then when it's your turn it like slows down and they just like slowly move until you like make a choice and then they speed up again and then you know what I'm saying? That combat is not, I'm not quite a fan of that. Um so the last game I played for Final Fantasy on console was actually the one with lightning. Did you type that all out? I didn't. Yeah, you're not a fraud. You're playing it now. That's good enough. Okay, I wasn't sure if that was like copy pasta, because sometimes when it's like people give that kind of detailed answer, it's like copy pasta. So I was just making sure. Lightning Returns was a bit weird. Why? Yeah, I think once Bellatrix like finds their footing, I think he'll be really good. I I do think QK has that advantage. is they figured out what works for them and they're improving on it. Whereas Bellatrix, I think they're competing against them in that sense. And they're trying new things until like they find something that really sticks, but I don't know if they found that quite yet. I mean, both have their share of like issues, but I can applaud Bellatrix for trying new things, but that's mostly as like a builder, right? Because I'd be like, wow, it's cool, you know? But as a consumer, I could see it being a bit different because you guys are paying money for the board, right? A reviewer builder is always going to have a slightly different perspective, especially if we're sent the board, right? But putting ourselves in like the consumer's shoes and being like, oh, if I had paid for this board and this is what I got, you know, I understand why there is frustration, right? Let's see. Yeah, I'll have to see. Couple went to a Halloween party. My playlists are always good. Thanks. This might discover weekly most of the time. This one is beach fossils. Beach fossils has been around for a while. I know, right? Yeah. I've seen them live like once or twice. I was actually reading. Also, Insty, I just like completely skipped what you said. Sorry, not sorry. I ain't reading all that. I saw Cherry MX Black. I was like, hell no, I'm done. Yeah, so I was reading someone's conspiracy theory ish. Not conspiracy theory, but more like their tinfoil hat theory about how Twitch is going to die in like 5 years based on the way they run ads. Basically, this person was saying that Twitch needs to cater ads to the streamer. Yeah. Did you see it? They die, it's because it literally costs more money to maintain the website than it actually makes. Yeah. And they threw like so much money on like the streamer exclusivity contracts. Yeah, so they were talking about how. So obviously Twitch is not as bad as, you know, say Kick. But like there are a lot of big content creators out there that have very like extremist viewpoints. and are not like brand safe, but Twitch just kind of runs ads on everyone's player. But as a company, like, you don't want your ads playing like during some like crazy rant, right? Yeah, exactly. So this guy was saying that they either need to do targeted, or they just need to stop running ads for like these people completely. It was an interesting read, but basically they're saying the state of like Twitch and ads right now is crazy. And they're basically having to take like the bottom of the barrel deals, which results in, you know, say if you're not sub, like 8 ads. Like having to sit through 8 ads. Right? It was an interesting read. I do agree there are a lot of creators that are kind of sussy on Twitch, but it's one of those things where like they make your platform money, but then they're also a little cray. So what do you do? Right? Talking about the state of Twitch and their advertisement and how a bunch of major companies have pulled out of like buying ad spaces on Twitch because, you know, say someone is like spewing racist, homophobic stuff, right? And then all of a sudden the viewer gets hit with like an ad by a brand. Then it's like, oh, you know, it's not a good look. Like, a lot of these streamers are not quote unquote brand safe. So, but Twitch doesn't really do anything about that. Gordon's not brand safe? Really? No, Twitch doesn't allow that. I think there's some catering to the viewer, like to the region, but, right. But not even, because sometimes, like, I get, yeah, I'll get, like, Spanish ads too. I don't know, it's definitely an interesting read. So they sent me these switches, but I don't know what they are. These are some unknown switches. What are you? Can you tell me what you are? I mean, I would love to use these switches, but unless I know what they are, I don't think I can. Let's see. Are they very light? Yeah, they are. Thank you. Okay, let's use these, I guess. I mean, I don't think Twitch makes any money for Bezos. I think Bezos actually loses money on Twitch. Well, I mean, consider yourselves lucky. I mean, if you're subbed, you won't get the ads. So, like, you're subbed here, so you're not gonna get the ads. Also, this doesn't have a screw. I need to take this off. There are a lot of ads on Twitch, especially if you're not subbed to the streamer. And the streamer has like certain settings. There's Turbo, yes. Yeah. Turbo does give a cut, yes. It's the same with YouTube. I mean, it's better to support the streamer, but by subbing, but you know. You don't have to. If you watch a lot of streamers and it's not feasible to, you know, sub to every single one, then yeah, Turbo is good. And it still technically does support the streamer in some way. John. I want to make a Shiba Inu Alice. Kind of like the gray rat Alice, but with a Shiba Inu head. That should be easy, right? Not too bad. I don't know, because Symmetry is nice, but I also like Irisu, so hard to say. The most meme photo of Ginkgo? Okay. Yeah. I don't know why they do it, but I almost feel like maybe because we're the wrong market, in the sense of like a lot of people might really like it. I'm not quite sure. Like maybe we're just not the right consumer in that aspect. Or maybe because like they did 3 foam kits and they're just assuming, you know, majority of people will use the foam. And they add the flex cuts so that, you know, it's not quote unquote like as muted or stuff like that. I'm not sure. But there must be some interest somewhere, right? If they keep doing it. So I'm not quite sure. I don't see why not. I think I remember seeing you type something about that yesterday, Jer. Is there a specific reason why? I see. Yeah, I'm trying not to be like... I want to see how the builds turn out first, but... Someone was asking me like yesterday if I pick this or the Neo, and we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's always been like that. You know, people always ask like, do you prefer QK? Do you like Zoom? $7B. Look. 7B is in the whole other world of its own, okay? Can't even. Alright, so in terms of mounting, so what we have is elastic bar, silicone gel particle, split O-ring, top mount. If you're using top mount, patience is key as it can be a bit challenging to assemble and disassemble. We generally don't recommend top mount due to its difficulty. We've kept it for enthusiasts who seek better sound and a premium typing experience. Okay. Frank, this is the Zoom. Yesterday was the Neo. Frank is like, hello, Patty. Okay, so with the silicone, so this is what it looks like. You guys can see. Looks like top and bottom are going to be the same size, but yeah. And then this will be going on the plate. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, so these go on the plate. Actually, some variations are going to be 195, whereas some other ones are going to be 210. It uses a ribbon cable. It uses a pogo connector, but it's attached using a ribbon. It's not 7 different mounting styles, it's 4. Yeah. Neo had 2. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is not turning on, which means I need to realign it. So that's one thing I will point out is that you do need to make sure that this is sitting in the cubby, that it's like aligned, but it might be a little difficult. So we're gonna just really push it in. Yeah, he flew down for Maple Fest. Okay, let's see. For the installation, for the T. Okay. Let me put this cover. Did you see Fuwa there? Fuwa? Oh, she was there. Oh, really? I mean, yeah. Or should be there, right? So let me see. There's a screen thing. Oh, there it is. Oh, wait, there it is. No, I just needed to. Right. So there's a screen. This also works. Nice. Cool. So let me pull this up real quick. Yes, this is the new Zoom. Oh, cool. Wow. Look at the screen. Whoa. Neat. Alright. Keycaps? Shall we use Caro? You guys. I want to use Caro so badly. So badly. Let me do it. Okay, so I have... Should we just use Analog Dreams? Do it. I wanted to get a green board. I wanted to. I wanted it. If you force green on pink and beige, I will lose all respect. You can never talk shit about beige or wob ever again. Okay. That's kind of a dramatic reaction. Green and pink don't hella match? What about the Demon Slayer girl? The hell? How can you say that? That's on TGR 910 V2ME. I did not like the 910 at all, personally. I think for TGR board, it fell very short for me. So V2ME, is that the one with the magnetic backplate? Yep, it is. Yep. It's a new and improved screen. Yeah, I didn't like it at all. I would buy the 910, yeah, if it's like a themed one. But if it were just like a plain 910, I would not buy it personally. Yeah, it is. It was supposed to be today. It was supposed to be today. Yes, I do. Watch. It's so fast.
Hey, buddy.
Yes.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Good night.
Some watch.
Yeah. Right there. Oh, hello! Hello. Good evening. We've come at a weird time, because I'm currently crying, because I wanted to use this green set. Oh shit. But I can't. I mean, I could. I technically could. But I was threatened by... I would lose all respect. Yeah. Okay. Need to swap these over. I made a mistake. Yeah. I basically got told if I do it, I'm going to get disowned. So... Do I own White on Black? Yes, I own Midnight Rainbow. Have you tried removing the 90-degree enter with the tabs on the board? This? With the tabs on the board. Oh. Okay. Like that? Oh. This is a bit sluggish, I will say. Midnight Rainbow is rainbow on black. That's not WOB. That doesn't count. Yeah, I have a mono case set. Does that count? Okay, Jer, because I was like confused. I was sitting here using my brain power to like think about what you were talking about. But it was just like wasn't computing. Okay, let me go get the rest of the set. Sorry, I wasn't trying to ignore you. I was just trying to think what you were asking. Okay, Abo, I'm waiting at my second wind. Oh yeah, this was a set where I had an extra 4 key. Four. Blame Cuppo. You can't blame Cuppo. He's at a why is this stuck? Oh, that's why. That is why you were stuck. I see. Perfect. This device using split backspace is cursed on something that has a F row. Because now what do I put here? I know, I'm gonna put my extra 4 key. Alright, let's see. Delete. Page down. Let's use a smaller page down. Different page down. This one. Me? Oh, it's right here. Should I get rid of this one? Pink? Okay. I actually think this yellow looks really cute, personally. How do you guys feel? Patty, how was the Neo 75 yesterday sound and feel? So it's interesting because with my build, there wasn't a huge jump between like the gasket and the bottom mount, right? So if you like that style of boards, right, they all feel kind of like a top mount. Gasket was not as like harsh feedback, but it was still like a pretty stiff gasket, um, in my opinion. So if that's a type of board you like, and you're looking for something that has like a heftier bottom, like the copper brass bottom, you really like the design. It's good. Feel wise, very consistent, but like I said, not much variation in terms of um, the two mounting points, in my opinion, at least based on my build. This one we have yet to see. So we're gonna see if there's like variations with the different mountings, but if you like the whole top mount vibe, then you'll probably like the 75. Top mount or bottom mount, bottom isolated mount sounded the best in my opinion. But okay. Okay. So I didn't pull this out, but this is the rear badge on the USB port side, I'm guessing. Yeah. Whoop. Oh. Oh, let's hear how it sounds. Whew. I will update that command right now. It is, right? So this one we are using, I think it was Objective who found it for me. Thank you, Objective, for the link. There you go. So the first one is no foam, and we're using so I'm gonna put the mounting right here. Silica gel. Just basically like a dumbbell gasket mount. Okay. Here. So it's interesting that you say that, Objective, because on the website it says PC Palm, but if you look at this, which was what I was sent, it says effort for PPPC Alu. Right? I'm not like hallucinating. That's the only reason I said it was PP. But I do see on, for example, this, it says palm. So I will ask them just to confirm. Yeah, because palm and PP are very similar, so I will ask them to confirm. But yeah, the bill guide they sent was this. Was there a sticker? No. The baggie did not have anything. Wait, your PP plate was clear? Huh. I've seen clear PC. I haven't seen clear PP. Huh. I know Palm and PP are very similar, and they're both white. But yeah, not sure. Oh, I will have to ask them. I'll ask them to be sure. Okay. Mushiki. Okay, so today's board is the Zoom75 TIGA. This is using. So right now we're not sure if it's a palm or PP plates, but it is a soft plate. We're using these are the WS Arowana switches, and this is no foam. This first mounting we're using is silica gel, and this is GMK Analog Dreams. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna mute again so I can find the theme. Okay, good enough. Good enough. Yeah. I mean, not bad. We were hating on the flex cuts, but honestly, not bad. Right? Yeah. Time for gaming tests. No. We got like 4 more sound tests we gotta do. That one was the silica gel. Buh. Mandy? I watched it. Really? The spacebar was a lot higher pitched than I thought it'd be, and I liked it a lot. I thought it was good. Oh no. I dropped it. I dropped it and it's clear. The Ditto has absorbed it, you guys. Oh, it's right here. I found it. Yeah, I woke up and saw Mochin complaining about too watery. Okay, so this next one is split O-ring mount. So we saw this on the Zoom75, if I'm remembering correctly. But basically what you have to do is you have to screw on these posts for the O-ring to hook onto. So let me make sure that I'm doing that correctly. Okay, yeah. So we'll go down like this. I checked PP, is it supposed to be transparent? Yeah. Yeah, PP and palm are very similar, and honestly, I would have a hard time telling the difference. I think if I had them side to side, I could tell. But if I just have one and you ask me to tell, I'd be like, And I met. Okay, so these we're gonna screw on the post for it to hook onto. Yes, I had to comment today in my Discord because Xavier kept posting pictures of not tasty food, and I was getting mad. Yeah, but that's because I got mad. I mean, it doesn't even have to be like pretty, but you know. So these two screw holes are for the rings. I actually don't know. If you do PC, exclamation point PC? Is it PC? It might be PC or computer. I have a command with all my specs. Okay, it might be PC then. Yeah. I don't have a command for that. Imagine some poor soul comes in and that's the first thing they see. Insty! Oh my god. Insty. Holy. There are children in here. Okay, thank you. That's good. Yeah, that's fine. There are. Do you know Georin? His kids watch me. Yeah, they are, but I'm just saying that. You never know. Okay, so split O-ring goes on the PCB. Hello, Moose Keeps. What's up? Okay, so now these we need to... So basically, the concepts for this is that you put the posts and then you need to make sure that the ring itself hooks onto the post, right? So we're just going to give it some help and hook onto the post. I don't know if you guys can see this. How do I work out without my spine? Okay, so this is actually incorrect. So you don't have to push it in like what I thought you did. I guess it just slides in like this. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you don't, all you need to make sure is that the bottom of the ring hooks onto it. Okay, so one of my complaints so far of the board is these things. I wish there's a way to like screw it on, but you're not so much worried about the ribbon cable necessarily anymore, but you're worried about these two components and not like closing the case in a weird way. It has the silicone beds for you to kind of help align it, but there's nothing to like secure it down. So that is a complaint of mine. Okay. Okay, so let's see if I just need to plug this in. Yeah, so see, this one I didn't align it properly, so I have to redo it. And that's something I think will frustrate some people. I mean, yes and no. Good thing it's ball catch, but when the ball catches, you have to be careful assembling and disassembling it. I don't know. It just makes it seem a bit scary. Thing. Okay, it's fine. Okay, yes, it works. Cool. Oh yes, it's the Kirby sound. So this next one is the split o-ring mount. So 8 mounting points. Also no foam. Okay. So no foam, PP plate, split o-ring mount. Yeah, this is our second sound test. Okay, so for this one, I felt like the mods were like a little bit weaker. I will say it is less sturdy than the silicone gel, the silica gel mount. But yeah, not as sturdy. And it is a little bit more flexible though. But I'd say the silica gel mount had a good median that I liked. So okay, so the next one we're gonna do is, so this is one of their, is it stiffer? The elastic? This one? The split O-ring? No, it wasn't. The last one we're gonna do is elastic bar mounting. Elastic bar mounting. Top mounts. I don't want to do top mount. For the enthusiasts. You're kidding me. Man. Really? You guys really want it? I do think that is something unfortunate. I think I would have, if I were them, I maybe would have just like not done top mount and done something else. But I wonder if top mount is quote unquote like easy to implement. Okay, so these are basically, they're like PCB gasket socks. Okay, weird. So let me show you guys what this looks like. So this is the elastic bar. So here is what we're working with. So this part is where you would slide into the PCB gas or PCB tabs right here. So the left and the right side. And then you have this part. So these three are on the bottom, whereas this part is where it would hook on to the PCB. Okay, so three parts go on the bottom. What this means though is, now we have to take this all apart. Okay, so so that's another thing I kind of want to like point out is they've implemented these different mountings, but if you're someone who likes to experiment, this is gonna take a little bit. It's not like a simple swap out. I mean, it is a simple swap out. It's not a quick swap out, you know? Because say I wanted to do, so say I was on elastic bar and I was like, okay, well, I want to do split O-ring. I would then have to screw on 16 screws, right? And in the grand scheme of things, like, it's not as seamless to go like back and forth. I mean, granted, I do think maybe this route means that each mounting is more unique, right? In the sense of like they don't all just share one and then end up like feeling the same. But I'd just say if you are someone who likes to like try everything, then be ready to take some time experimenting. So how this one works, as we've mentioned, so it doesn't slip on from the side. I think I might have said that it slips on from like these corners, but it actually slips on from the side, if you could see that. And then on the PCB, there's hooks to basically grab onto it, make sure it stays in place. So, whoop, and whoop. Cool. So this one, I think, is one of the new ones. This is elastic bar mount. Elastic bar mounting. Let me see if they actually say anything about it. I think it's a... Okay. Wait. Did I build this wrong? No. Their picture's a bit misleading. Huh. Yeah, their picture is a bit misleading. So I'll show you what I mean. So, show. Right here, you can see elastic bar mounting. It almost makes it look like there is a bar right here, right? But then, like, when I look at, quote, the build guide, this is all you would see. So no, like, bar, right? Huh, interesting. I don't see any other baggies that I found. Yeah, no other baggies that would indicate like I have to screw on a bar of some sort. Unless... Yeah. I think so too. But the picture does look a bit misleading, right? Yeah. Alright. Now we're gonna put this on. Yo, what's up, fruit? Hello, Quirtle. Yeet. Why are you not? Okay, there it goes. Okay, let's hope this works. Perfect. I haven't been astray for a hot minute. That's okay. That's fine. The case looks so easy to assemble. Yeah. I'll save my thoughts. This one is elastic bar mount. Oop. Okay, elastic bar mount, no foam. Yes. Okay, so I think in terms of softest to stiffest, it would go elastic bar was the softest, split o-ring, silica gel, and I didn't build top mount, but I'm guessing it would be top mount. So from firm to softest, right? I was not a fan of the elastic bar, personally. So don't get me wrong, I like typing up playlists, I like softer things, but this one was just, it didn't feel very how do I describe this? You know, like whenever you type on something and you're like, oh, like that is a great typing experience, or oh, that's like very sturdy. This one did not feel like that to me. This one I was typing on it and it kind of felt like something's missing, right? So I'd say plateless, right? When you're, so this has a plate, but basically they've dampened the PCB mounting spots even more. And I personally didn't like it, but I guess it depends. I think with the PP plate, that's probably where my issue is. I think with the elastic bar, using a metal or a harder plate would actually feel a lot better. This just kind of felt a little too soft for me. But then again, there are people out there who do like that. But I'd say with elastic bar, I would probably stick with a harder plate, right? But yeah. Okay. The last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do the cork. I haven't done mod duties in a long time. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I'd say so. Because if you look, right, basically this catches all the feedback, but then this reduces it even more. Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, some people like that, but personally, I thought it was like a little too soft. Yeah. Also, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sleepy. I went and socialized today. Well, correction. I went to watch people socialize and I just got like overstimulated and tired and I had fun, but now I'm tired. Hi, Kiwi. Are you home now? I do have a normal-ish schedule, you're right. But this was like a pretty big build, so I felt bad about rescheduling it. Normal-ish? Yeah. I woke up at like 9 a.m. Oh, so we decided not to get noodles. We tried to go get chicken sandwiches, but then they sold out. So we ended up getting Tex-Mex. Yeah. It's gonna be the same switches, but this time we're gonna use a corkscrew foam. Oh, really? Did you go to Chewy's? That's where we went. Yeah, corkscrew. Wait, am I saying it wrong? cork? It's a cork, sorry. I'm making a corkscrew. That's not a drink. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's just cork. Oh, La Mesa Rosa, yeah. Yes. There was one my ex-boyfriend, right by my ex-boyfriend's neighborhood. But I never really went often. Okay, so here is the cork. Interesting concept. Not sure how well it'll work out. The only thing I'm worried about this is like over time, like pieces falling out. Then what? Oh, hi Ricky. Thank you for the 2 years. Oh my gosh. 2 years of fun, right? Thank you for the continued support. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about is like what happens if, for example, whenever you put like a switch on and it's not quite in the right place and you like crush the foam. But once you take the screw out, it just kind of like morphs back into its original shape. But this seems like a bit more fragile. I saw Gion, it went to Malaysia for the big meetup. Oh, we actually don't want switches here. Yeah. I hope you had fun. It looked like he had fun. How am I doing? I'm good. I'm just a little drowsy, which is why I haven't really been talking that much. My social battery has been drained, even though I was really like talking. I did some talking, but you know. So this is what I was a bit worried about is like the cork shifting, so I just need to make sure to shift this all in the right place. Apparently apparently I heard that it's been making things sound more higher pitched. Apparently. Whether that is true or not, we will see. It's making It's supposed to make it sound crisp. That is what they are marketing as. A crisp sound. It looks like something is leaving this like black residue on my hands. I'm guessing it's, yeah, it's this foam. This cork material. Plateless, alu. You should do plateless. You know who I haven't seen in a while? Is Aki. Akigami. Probably busy working. Yeah, that seems about right. Oh, do you really? Well, you tell him I miss him. And if you try to pull the crap leg, you can tell him yourself. I'm shy. You know, sometimes I just want a simple message to be passed along. I don't need a conversation. Oh, the wooding? I had someone come in here the other day asking if I've built a wooding. You know what? Shonies, you should build it with clickies. Except not blues. You should use melodics. Yeah, clickies. MX Black on Alu. I feel like you guys just say that these days to piss me off. And you know what? I'm gonna fall for it. I'm gonna get mad every time. Yeah, melodics are really nice. Like, they would be my honest Switch recommendation. Cookie clicker. There's actually similar game to Cookie Clicker that was like listed as a horror game. I can't imagine you're playing your idle game and then it somehow morphs into a scary game. I would be so mad. I'd be like, what the heck? I did not know that. Oh, these aren't. Oops. Yeah, but it just becomes like white noise, right? It's kind of like the kookaburras in Australia. When I heard them, I was like, I'm in the jungle. I told John about it. He's like, oh, we don't even notice them anymore. So the kids at the hospital downloaded onto the Xboxes in their rooms. Oh, I mean, to each their own, I guess. That's the only reason I woke up that day. The kuka. I'm not gonna say it. I'm shy. I'm just gonna say that from now on. When I don't feel like saying something, I'm just gonna say I'm shy. Patty, what do you think about this? I don't know, I'm shy. Patty, what keyboard would you recommend? I don't know, I'm shy. You know this button people trade dogs with? Oh yeah, it's like Pavlov. You're selling your camera? You think Oxy's still selling his bear? Dan? Good evening. Hello. Thanks for the tier 1, dude. For 88 months. Dan has you guys all beat. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to talking about that thing we were talking about earlier. I kind of like shut down the conversation because um I don't know. I just it it's hard being vulnerable and then being told like you should be grateful or like, you know. This is not right. But you know, I appreciate you guys like trying to cheer me up. I really do. It's weird because it's one of those things where like I'm not looking for sympathy. It's more like I'm just trying to tell you guys what I have discovered and what I'm trying to do and why it's difficult. And yeah, I know you guys might think I'm a little critical of myself sometimes, but it's one of those things where I'm the one talking to industry people. I'm the one going to network. I'm the one exchanging the emails. I'm the one putting myself out there. And I'm also the one getting those rejection emails. So it's easy to say like, you know, I wish I had that. Like you're so lucky, but is it luck? I'd say it's more like hard work. But you know, when you're not growing and you know, you're being actively told like, no, you don't have the numbers. It's not necessarily being harsh on myself. It's more like taking a step back and instead of just thinking like, wow, I'm doing a fucking great job. It's like thinking about what I can do as a creator to grow and improve even more, right? So that's the only thing. That's why like I did get upset, so I'm sorry about that. And I was just like, I don't want to talk about this right now. So yeah, I apologize. I'm always gonna feel like I can do more because I'm not at the top. There's always more I can do, you know? And it's not to say that I need to be at the top to feel successful, but success is measured by like the things that you've done, the things you're recognized for, the things you feel good about. And I don't feel good about this, right? So, yeah. Like, I'm not taking what I have for granted, but I am taking a step back to look at the overall picture and what I can do to improve. Self-reflection. If I were being hard on myself, I would be like, I fucking suck. You know, I'm not deprecating myself. I'm more so just trying to think of like what I can do as a creator to grow to a spot where I'm comfortable negotiating brand deals and whatnot without like second guessing myself. I think it's one of the worst feelings when you're rejected just because you don't have the numbers. Right? And there's a lot of ways to circumvent that or to like go around that. So what some people do, for example, is they buy followers, but then their engagement is poopy. Right. But I don't want to buy followers. But yeah. So I'm sorry earlier I kind of cut the conversation short. I didn't really see it going anywhere. And I think, yeah, I feel a little bad about it. I probably made the person feel bad, and that wasn't really my intention. It was more like I was trying to like be open and rant, and then being told like, you know, I wish I had what you had, and it's like, well, I worked to get what I had, you know. Okay, but anyways, blah, 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 blah. What is this? Cork, not screw, foam, and we're using the Silica gel. Okay. So this one we do have foam, but it's the cork foam. Okay. Today we have Zoom75 TIGA. This is PP plate with cork foam, and we're using the silica gel mount. Okay, so they're saying this cork foam is supposed to make your board sound crispier. I'm no sound engineer, not quite sure what they mean by crispy, but I don't mind it. It's one of those things where, you know, whenever you listen to a board and you're like, yep, that's foam, I do not have that same reaction for this, right? If you told me there was foam inside this, I'd be a little surprised. I'd be like, right? So It's one of those things where, once again, I applaud Meltrix for experimenting, trying new things. I don't think the Cork, I don't know if it made like a huge significant difference, but if you're someone who really likes to fine tune and like tweak the sound of your keyboard, having the Cork is a good option because you're tweaking the board, but it's not just making it like just the same as every other quote unquote foam board out there. So I could see people enjoying using Cork over like the normal foam, right? Like, have you guys heard this? And I told you there was foam in it. Would you believe me? I think, yeah. I think I would believe you just because, like, why would you guys lie to me? But also, if you told me, like, no, I'm just kidding. I just don't think it has the normal foam sound. And that is something that is interesting, right? Foam was a friends I made along the way, yeah. There's nothing wrong with foam. People like foam. I think foam sounds good on some occasions as well. But yeah, it's a definitely very interesting thing, right? The only issue with the cork is I don't know how long it would hold up for. I think that's my main concern. Yeah, it doesn't really sound foamy, right? Yeah. It's not your traditional foam in both material and how it sounds. Uh, I'm not gonna do top mounts. It's I've struggled enough with ball catch and top mounts. I'm really not interested in like well, it's not even like the environment per se, but say like whenever you squish like foam, like you accidentally like put in the switch because it's like shifted over and then you take it out and then the foam just like whoop, goes back into shape. Um, this doesn't quite have the same elasticity, right, as the foam that we normally use. So I wonder like how that would work. So say you accidentally put on a switch a little off center and it like pinches the cork, then what? Is it gonna break off? Right? Are you gonna get like cork pieces everywhere? It's something that time will tell, right? Yeah, but some people push out hot swap sockets, so I feel like there's always room for human error in some capacity, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm so sorry. This build has been I've been very sleepy this build. I wish I could like I should have redone it. I should have moved this to tomorrow where I had more energy, but I don't have the energy to do top mount, unfortunately. Um I hope that's okay. But we already had 5 sound tests, right? So I'm going to talk about the board. I'm going to talk about the board. I'm going to tell you what the selling points are. I'm going to tell you my thoughts, and then we're going to wrap it up. All right. So check this out. Zoom75 TIGA. So this is based off of Ultraman, right? Ultraman TIGA. For those who are like, is it like TIGA like Tiger? No, it's like TIGA like Ultraman. In case you guys have ever watched the Ultraman series. But this is Malatrix's upcoming 75%. They've already had one version of the 75. It's either one or two. I don't remember. But this is their latest iteration of their 75 with a very strong design motif. But as found on most Zoom keyboards, right, you have the big LCD screen. This one they claimed is now new and improved. And look, you guys notice this, but that is something new. Basically, the keys that you press, you'll see it in the corner. I think Avu said like it wasn't able to keep up if you're tapping too fast, so it's a little unfortunate. You can probably turn that off. But this one, another thing to point out is that it has this volume scroller. I wonder if you're able to remap this into like a layers key or page up, page down. I'll have to see. But either way, this is kind of a design point of the zooms is that screen, knob, module, right? Can I go through the different screen modes? Yes, I will after I talk about the case, if that's okay. But yeah, this is the top of the board. So as you can see, you have the scroller, which is not your traditional rotary encoder knob. This one is almost similar to, what would you call this? But it's basically not your traditional, you know, turn left or right. This is like a roll up or down, right? And then you have this, which is actually two keys, right? But you could change this out for a badge. The wheel does not push in, no. It has a cherry lip on the front. And then bezels aren't too big. The top and bottom are going to be a bigger. But actually from the top, you can actually see this magnetic badge, right? This is removable, but from the top, if you're looking straight top down, you are actually able to see that badge. Neat. Here is the side profile. So we're going to look at both sides, but here you can see there's a screw point here, two screw points here, and this is the accent around the encoder, right? I'm guessing you can either change this out or you can 3D print your own potentially, but that's interesting. So that's this side. And then this side, since it doesn't have the encoder, you're not going to see that two screws right here. Here, right? This little lip, or this little, I guess, ledge, makes it so that the ball catch opening mechanism, you can grip onto this to help you push it up. So this design is intentional, right? You have this big top piece that encompasses the bottom piece from right here until about, 30%. And from here, you can start to see the bottom case, right? And the bottom piece does actually protrude out from here on out, right? But yeah, so this little cut right here from the top and bottom, this ledge right here, you can actually grip on. So this was a design choice, I'm guessing. And then also something to point out is if you look at this, right? So the angle of the board actually comes from the top piece and not the bottom piece, right? And then they were saying that they wanted to do the nice subtle R side versus the C. So if you're like, what the heck are you talking about? So basically look at this side, right? This side, oh wait, do I have a keyboard? Essentially, if you were to take this off, like if they remove this, right? You could see it's like a C. It's like a blocky C, right? You can draw a blocky C right here. They wanted to add this little whoop. So now imagine like the letter R, right here. Or flipped upside down, reverse as well. Either way, right? They decided to do this. Yeah, the little leg, yeah. And then here is the back. Here's the back. So you have 3 things on the back weight. So first things first is you have this soul cage. Is that what it's a translation from Chinese, but it's almost like this weight is being, you know, constrained by a fence or the soul cage. I think that's what they were calling it. Let's see. Either way, right? Typically when you have weights, the screws are found inside of the case. However, for this one, the screws are all on the outside, which means you do not have to open the case completely to swap out the weights. You could change all the outer, like, design stuff or removable stuff without opening the case, right? So there's 3 pieces. You have this X piece, which is held on by the 4, and then you have this license plate frame, right, which is also held on by the 4. So if you were to remove these 4 screws, you could take this off, you can remove this, and then you're left with the weight. The weight itself has 4 screws as well, and then you can just unscrew that and take that off. So it's not like a flat design. I don't know if you guys can see this. You see this groove right here? So the weight is actually sunken in, right? Just slightly, so that you can still have the cage, you know, go over it. But yeah. You have the 4 adhesive feet. I mentioned this earlier, but I wish they would have given you the choice of either doing like a gray or a white feet instead of just the black. But that's just me being nitpicky. Here is the USB port side. So removable badge. It is magnetic with 2 small magnets right here. And then here you can see there's another thing right here. And this is, quote, the wing, right? They're saying that this one, you can 3D print something else if you like. So that's the neat thing about this board. One of the selling points is that a lot of parts you can 3D print. They're going to give you the file and you can do your own thing, right? So if you're someone who likes to do all that, that is an option that is available. And there's one thing I didn't mention because I haven't really gotten the time to, but apparently there's modules that are compatible with this keyboard. So one of them being like Legos, but we'll look at the pamphlet after this so we can like see more information about that. But yeah, here is the USB port side. You can see the 2-tone colors. And then here is the front lip. You see the cherry lip, and that's it for that. So now let's talk about the mounting. So this board offers 4 mounting styles, right? You have silica gel, split o-ring, elastic bar, and top mount. I'd say in terms of like flex and whatnot, or like soft versus firm, this is the order I would probably place it at, right? So elastic bar being the softest, split o-ring, silica gel, and top mount being the stiffest. This is how I would do the rankings based on my build. So elastic bar is basically these feet that screw onto the PCB. So just to clarify, elastic bar, split o-ring, silica gel, and top mount. So these 2 use the PCB, whereas these 2 use the plate for mounting, right? So elastic bar is basically like a silicone sock that you slide over the PCB, right? And then it has these little feet, I guess, to kind of help prop it up whenever you do type. But this is the top, this is the bottom, and the PCB goes in from the side right there. So that's elastic bar. Split O-ring, right? You have to install these tabs onto the case, but basically this would hook onto the split O-ring. So there are 8 tabs on the PCB, and each tab has the ring that would go over it. And essentially, it would look something like this, right? Okay. So the O-ring does hook on to this little ledge, like so, like that. And this is something that you have to screw in. So if you wanted to do this one, you'd have to screw on the 8 ledges, and then each ledge has 2, so 16 screws, right? So those are for the PCB. Silica gel, you just slide these. These are like dumbbell gaskets. You just slide them onto the plate. Top mount, you guys all know top mount, but you would screw it onto the plate, onto the top mount. Yeah. So looking at the internals. Oh. So first is the top right hand corner module. You can change this out, right? You can have a screen, or you can do like a badge. And then this is for the rotary knob, right? It does use pogo pin. And then ball catch for the keyboard. The board does use a quote magnetic connector, so this and this, but it's not on the PCB directly. You have to use a ribbon cable to attach it onto the PCB. So that is a thing. But of course, when it's like this, it's still easy enough for you to just like not, or it's still good enough so you don't have to worry about potentially ripping anything off, right? It's not, there's no ribbon to ribbon tension that you're responsible for, right? So if you were to just lift this up, it would be easy. Here on the bottom case, you can see they have implemented force break. So you have 6 total, 3 on top, 3 on the bottom. So this is whenever the ball catch, it doesn't shift. And then here they've actually machined cubbies onto the bottom piece. Mine has this weird wiggly, I don't know if that's going to be found on other boards, but I guess ultimately it's okay because you put this bit in and then it covers it. So these are the cubbies for the module LCD and also for the rotary encoder knob, right? So there's nothing to like, you know, fasten them in, but these are like, you can friction fit it in, or you can like push it in, right? So I'd say in terms of building, this might be one of the harder parts for people to build. So what I would recommend is actually at least making sure that the side closest to the case is like situated in. It doesn't have to be flat. Like, don't worry about making it flat because it's gonna be really, you're gonna go insane if you do that. But just make sure the side closest by the case wall is at least situated in, right? You do have the battery cover. This has 2 big batteries right here, and it's hidden by this cover, which has 5 screws. Here you can see the mounting points for the split O-ring. And then this has also been machined out for the gasket slot for the elastic bar. What else? And then, oh, I forgot. So this part, PCB, this part's plate, this part is the PCB. So I don't know if you can see this taller ledge versus this one that goes all the way deep. And then here on the combo, you can see this closed circle is for top mount. This open circle is for the silica gel. And then these 2 feet on the PCB are for the split O-ring or the, I keep forgetting the name, elastic bar, right? So it has the hooks for you to hook on the ring, the O-ring, or you can just slide on socks for that. And then here you can see the 2 different holes. Closed is top mount, open is the dumbbell that you would then slide on. And then you know earlier how I was talking about this is for the plate. So look, you can see right here when I was saying this part's for the plate, this piece rests on there. And then all the big cubbies is where the PCB legs would rest on. Yeah, so let me just situate these, make sure this is all good. Use this ball catch, so it is easy to open the case. However, I'd say swapping between the mountings though is going to take you a bit longer, right? Oops. So this didn't light up, which is an indicator to me that, okay, yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I think it's not a bad board, but in terms of user error, this has higher, I could see this being a headache for some people. I'd say the toughest thing is aligning to make sure the screen and the knob are properly seated. Okay, we're good. If only they had something to basically secure it on, but I'd have to think about how they have to implement that. But let's look at the website real quick. Just so you guys know, like, all the pricing we're looking at. Yeah, I mean, usually RGB you can, so. Okay. So here, this board, right, in case you missed it, oh, I actually don't think I talked about it, but the colorways are set. So essentially what that means is you have 15 colors, right? But each of the color combos basically already have a accent color connected to it, right? So for example, this one is anodized black, but you can see it has yellow. This is the anodized lavender, but you can see it has the pink. So yeah, these color combos are already set. So you're no longer picking between like one color for the top and then a separate color for the bottom. They've removed a lot of customization on their end. However, they've made it so that you can 3D print a lot of this stuff. So say like you don't, like you could just 3D print like the wings. There's like a whole list. I'll see if I can find it. But basically here are all the colors. So this is the one I have. So it's kind of like a beige top, but then it has the pink accents. So it looks like you don't get all 3. So there's 3 kits. There's a standard, the cork, and the poron. 4 plates, PC Algo Ever 4 Palm. And then if you get the tri-mode has flex cut, but then you also have a tri-mode non-flex cut. But I think they mentioned something that there is a 1.2 and a 1.6 PCB, right? Here's all like the add-ons. Oh yeah, so here's the wings. You can order different external weights, and look, you can order different badges, the different grill module, different rear badge. Oh, so this one was cool. So let me make sure I pull up the right product page for you guys. Where is it? Let me close off the monkey type. I'm not sure if I can show this to you guys, so I'm just going to read off of it, okay? Hope you guys are ready for me to just read. Give me one sec. I'm gonna give you guys a quick briefing. So first thing to note is that it has the customizable dual wing design. So this yellow accent on the board is what they mean. You can 3D print a different thing. The second highlight that they say is that it has the unique grill on the bottom case, which is, so it's the sole grill, not sole cage. So sole grill, so this is what they were talking about. We talked about number 3, the softer R corner. And then all the colors, 15 different colors. So you have forest green, grape purple, gunmetal gray, cafe brown, milk tea, aquamarine, sky blue, milky green, EY, anodized black, anodized lavender, strawberry, ice cream, black, scarlet red, white. But the images are live on the website if you wanted to see like what you would be getting for the color combo. 4 mounting styles, we talked about that. Elastic bar, top mount, silica gel, split o-ring. They're offering 3 foam kits. So here's the difference between the foam kits. Make sure you're listening. Standard is the classic foam, right? Number 2 is soft, which is pour-on foam. Okay, so that one they're saying is more like the muter. It will mute the board. And then lastly, you have cork, which they say makes it crisp, right? So it's actually designed for foamless board lovers, right? And they said it provides a crispier, more defined typing sound, which I would agree. If you're someone who doesn't like usually building a foam or hearing that foam sound, cork is a good alternative for that, right? Like if you just hate foam in boards, you can use the cork. They say that it uses the traditional ribbon cables have been replaced with pogo pins. So basically what that means is that ribbon cables are still visible, but you never have to interact with them. It should all be pogo pin magnetic, right? For the screen, right, it says brand new structure. So basically it's harder to break it, right? Nice screen. Twice the memory, so I guess it has more things you could do. Upgraded communication interface, boosting image transfer speed by 4 times. And then higher resolution for the images that you upload onto it. Oh, so one thing to point out is that the Perky RGB they've actually upgraded the LEDs, right? So it says the LEDs now have improved wavelength, expanded color range, increased brightness. Overall lighting is twice as large, but you can turn it off, right? Battery capacity, it talks about finish treatment upgrade. So a Q static combines the durability of electrostatic coating with the delicate luxurious feel of electrophoresis. So it's a mix, right? Finish is both resilient and refined to touch, creating a unique tactile experience. It says screen, you can put an image, you can have it read things, you can have it read like your computer temperatures. It can send you like notifications. There's a lot of things you could do with this screen. Oh, another thing is that they upgraded the tools that they provide you, right? So before, with the module, you could only pick like the screen, keys, or the knob. You couldn't do like the knob and the screen. But with this design, you can now do both, right? So this module, you could do magnetic badge, the screen, you could do 2 keys. And then looks like, yeah, you have a flex cut PCB and a non-flex cut PCB. I am probably missing some stuff, but I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm crashing. I'm crashing. So I'm gonna wrap it up here, but I will tell you guys my thoughts. So my thoughts are, I wish they had thought of a way to get rid of the ribbon cables completely. It's good that you don't have to interact with it, but I think for the ease of building and for people, getting rid of ribbon cables completely will be nice, right? Also, for these 2 modules, right, with the ribbon cable and like friction fitting it, I wish there was a way that was implemented to make sure that those stay fitted in, and it's not just kind of, it's not like a shoddy like friction fit. Like I wish there was something to like, you know, potentially screw in and keep it in place, but that would then defeat the purpose of the pogo or the connectors. Because if you were to have something to screw those on, say you were to like take off the PCB, then you would like, oh, oops, you know, I forgot, right? So that is something that I think a lot of people might struggle with. I almost wish they had skipped the top mount. I understand why they added it for enthusiasts, but I think top mount with the ball catch, it's difficult. And they even say on their build guide, like, this is difficult. Like, be sure you really want this. I mean, at that point, I would just get a different kind of like keyboard if I wanted top mount, right? Yeah, so I almost wish that they had just gotten rid of the top mount completely, because some poor soul is not going to read the build guide and they're just going to, you know, do top mount, and then they're going to be like, oh, I actually, like, they're going to learn. There's no easy way to remove it. And as a beginner, if you told me like, yeah, you got to go to your bed and fling as hard as possible and hope the ball catch just falls out, I'd be like, excuse me? You know? There is that. They do have a video on how to do it in case you do, but I get it. They added it for the quote-unquote enthusiasts who want it, but yeah. Basically, you need finger strength to be able to remove it, right? But I do like the idea of the cork. So here are some positives that I like about this one. So yeah, you don't have to interact with the ribbon cables when it comes to disassembling. I think the cork is a very interesting idea. I don't know how it is like in terms of longevity, but for someone who builds boards, no foam, adding the cork did not sound like foam, which was pleasant. I think Xavier mentioned it, but it just kind of like rounded everything out, right? Kind of gave everything just like a +1. And I'd agree with that sentiment, right? I do think it's interesting that they went for this like roller wheel, right? I do like this design more than like this, right? Because I think it's actually, I don't want to say more natural, but you don't have to move your hand as much, right? Because say, you know, for example, you had like a rotary knob here and you want to like turn it, you'd have to like turn your hand in order to like turn it, right? Whereas this one, you could just type, type, type. Oh, you know, I'm going to turn this down like this, type, 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 right? You no longer have to like reorientate your hand. So I do think that's interesting that you could just like do that and go back to typing, right? I mean, that's just like flow. I don't think it breaks the flow of what you're trying to do. So that is a nice touch. I really am interested to see like what people 3D print. That was something that is one of the main selling points, is that you can 3D print a lot of stuff, which is kind of interesting, right? Let's see. There was a Lego thing I saw and I thought it was really cool. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, good night. Don't worry, I'll go to bed soon too. Is it this one? This one. Oh. This one, no. This one? Am I just... Did I just miss-see the Lego? Good night, Finn. Is it here? I could have sworn I saw something. But now I don't see it. And now I think I'm hallucinating. But essentially the idea is that you do have parts and they're going to be providing it that you can 3D print stuff. I'm sorry, I'm so out of it. I don't know if you guys can tell. Oh, one thing to point out is that they will have, oh, wait, it's right here. Oh, I'm not going insane. Oh my gosh. All right, check this out. So here's all the screen options that they are hoping it can do. So like weather, CPU, time, right? And then here, look. So this badge with the USB and the dual ring design. So this, right? This goes on the USB port side, and it's kind of like a shelf that you can then either have like your Legos, right? Pop mark collector, customizable, right? So you can print this out to do like whatever. So look, you do like your Legos. Yeah. I think they'll provide you the files, so if you want to print something, you probably could. That's really neat. Yeah. And then LED upgrade. Ooh. Here's all the colors. Here's all the weights. 11 weights. 15 grills. Matte badges. Dual wings. These are all the price breakdowns. And then there'll be a zoom pad to match it if you wanted that. Yeah. Oh, this is the one I got. This is the one they gave me. Wow, they even like tell you what they would recommend for, oh, yeah, HMX, yeah. Cool. Whoa. But yeah, that's built. I think it's a neat board. I think, yeah, there's a lot of new stuff, but I do think they did well with the Cork. And I think they did better in terms of not adding as many mounting points as the Zoom75. But I think they should have gotten rid of top mount personally. Yeah. That's a boop. Thank you, Melatrix, for sending it out to me. I'm so sorry, you guys. I just got so sleepy towards the end.